New pool construction. We're building a concrete pool 16 by 32 by 5 with a flat bottom. I saw a promotion for the Mdx main drain. Would this make sense for my flat bottom concrete pool? Another question about the eyeball for the water return to the pool. Is it best to get one that pounds in and needs glue, or to put pipe through the wall that has female threads and then install a threaded one? I thought a threaded one would be easier to work with down the road for easier repair, but I'm not an expert. Also, with a pool that only has a 5-foot high wall, how far below the water level should the return be placed? Sounds like we're only looking at one return. I'm also concerned about being able to winterize a property. Another reason I favor the threaded returns, so I can just put a plug in over the winter.
Okay, so there's several different things here. The Mdx Drain is a really good anti-entrapment drain, very specifically used for for pools that have in-floor cleaning systems, the way it's designed for the debris to fall into the drain itself. If you're not doing an in-floor system, while you can spend the money on an Mdx Drain, I think running two normal 9-inch circular drains spread 3 feet apart is more than adequate. If there's not a lot of water features, a lot of things happening, that should be more than adequate. There are a couple other options if you're looking for a drain that is almost non-visible. I know that Blue Square makes a drain that's really interesting. It's sort of a slotted drain that you plaster inside and outside so you can't really see. But I do use the Mdx Drain very specifically because of its effectiveness with an in-floor system. So hopefully that answers that question. I would always recommend the returns in the pool have a threaded fitting so you can take them out and replace them as need be. It sounds like we're talking one return. I always recommend, no matter the size of the pool, 3 returns plumbed together. Oftentimes we'll run individual lines back to the equipment pad for each one of those lines. So if you ever have a future crack or leak in one of those lines, you can isolate it, separate it out. And then thirdly, you did mention the elevation or the height of the return. So when you close your pool, you will always need to bring it below the mouth of the skimmer itself. So that should be your first indicator in terms of your returns. The pool is only 5 feet deep. Again, that really doesn't matter in terms of elevation of return location, but I would normally say within 12 inches to 16 inches of the top of the pool is where the return level should be. And if you're going to do more than one, make sure they're at roughly the same level. So when you do close it, you don't have to drop the water a whole lot lower to drain the second one out as well. I've seen that in the past where people just randomly put them in and they're at 3 different levels. Well, the only way to close a pool is to drain it below the lowest one so that you can drain out all 3 of the returns themselves. So try to keep them as consistent as possible. I like to keep them in the neighborhood of about 12 inches below the surface, below the coping, not the surface of the water currently, below the top of the pool. So 12 to 16 inches would be the best the best that I found, that allows you to move the surface water but also move the bottom water as well.